I wasn't rushing it, but I wanted my hair to lock, like I was ready. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe down below. If you're returning, hey guys, nice to see you guys again. Welcome back. So let's get right into today's video. I've been wanting to do this video for a while now, and I'm so excited to finally have the chance to do it for you guys. So today I'm just going to give you guys some tips to help you lock your hair faster. All the tips and tricks that I use to help with my locking process. Let's get right into it. Let's do a quick detour into these locks. This is what my babies are looking like today. They're flourishing truly. You guys see this one right over here. Where is it? I don't know, it's just curled outwards. It's been like this for like a good week now, and no matter what I do, it won't go back straight or like at least in the other direction to hide, like nothing. It's just sticking out, doing its thing. So whatever, it is what it is. And then we still have this one up here that I told you guys about before that's sticking up. So yeah, let me just give you guys some shots of the back, and then we'll get right into this video and the tips that you can use to lock your hair faster. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the video. I'm gonna give you a few tips that you can use to help your hair lock faster. These tips are mostly things that I used when I began my lock journey. I really wanted, like, I wasn't rushing it, but I wanted my hair to lock, like I was ready, like from day one, to have locks in my head. So I did a couple of things that would help my hair along in the process, you know, just so it wouldn't be a dragged out process, because you know, who doesn't want their hair to just lock up? So let's get into it. The very first thing, leave it alone. Like, I know it sounds so simple, but to be honest, I'm gonna speak for myself here. When I first got my locks, all I wanted to do was play with my hair, okay? I just wanted to touch it. I wanted to touch it so bad. I always wanted to, you know, feel it to see if it was locking or not. So I understand that some people may encounter the same thing, but the best thing that you can do for your locks to help them lock faster is leave them alone. Your hair at the moment in the beginning of your lock journey is really just trying to get into that pattern of tangling within itself. And if you're constantly pulling and tugging, you may be manipulating that a little bit and kind of like slowing down the process. So just leave your hair alone, okay? The next tip that I want to give you guys is water is your friend, okay? A lot of people, they go to a loctician, and the loctician tells them that they can't wash their hair for 2 to 3 months and all these crazy things. In the very beginning, when I first locked my hair, you guys, I wet my hair all the time, okay? I was constantly wetting my hair. There's the rose water mixture. Of course, you guys know I use my moisturizing mixture that has regular water in it, like distilled water, and it also has rose water in it. So there is water in this as well, but also just wetting your hair ain't gonna do no harm, honey, okay? In my opinion, you guys, my hair is a plant. My locks are a plant, and so they need to be watered in order for them to grow. I was always putting water in my hair, and sometimes I would just put my hair up in a bun and just go in the shower like that, just to allow the mist from the water to kind of like moisturize my hair. Like, having that layer of water really helps when you're then adding oils, because it can help the oils to really penetrate. Do not be afraid to wash your hair. I know that, again, like I said, there are many locticians and many just people who believe that you cannot wash your hair for like 2 or 3 months when you first get locks, and that's just not true. The first time I washed my hair after getting locks, I think was 4 weeks. But there are other people here on YouTube who've washed their hair 2 weeks after starting their locks. So it's really just about how often you want to wash your hair. And you just have to make sure that you're taking like protective measures for unraveling and those kinds of things. But there's there's absolutely no reason that you should not wet your hair. I put water in my hair all the time, and okay, not to brag or anything, but my hair locks quickly. Something to consider and something to think about where water is concerned. When you're putting water in your hair, you're allowing your hair to expand and then contract, right? And ultimately, when you have locks, you want your hair to expand and contract within each other. The strands are gonna get tangled. That's how the lock is formed. And so you're getting that exact thing to happen when you wet your hair, because we have naturally kinky hair, and that's what happens to our hair when we wet it. So, you know, do the science, do the math yourself. If you don't believe me, I don't know what to tell you, but water was my best friend, and it will probably be your best friend too. The next tip that I have for you guys is a satin scarf, or for me, I prefer a bonnet. Some people prefer like a satin scarf, but just make sure you tie that hair up at night. When you guys are just sleeping directly on your pillow and it's not like satin or silk, some material where it's gliding easily, you have to understand that cotton and all those other materials are going to be tugging at your hair, and that is not what you want, honey, okay? You don't want any extra unnecessary manipulation. Just make sure you keep your hair covered at night with a silk or satin scarf, or use a bonnet, or some people use do-rags. Just whatever works for you. Just make sure it's like silk or satin, okay? The next tip that I have for you guys is no lock jewelry early on. Oh my goodness, you guys, I cannot stress this enough. Lock jewelry, especially early on, can be really damaging to your locks. They have ones that have like, you know what, you guys, I have some, let me get it. So for an example, you guys, a lot of lock jewelry comes with something like this. As you guys can see, this little loop, and you pretty much just take this and it opens up. Let me see if I can show you guys. It opens up, right? I hope you can see. So this opens up, and pretty much you put this through your lock, and that's how it holds, right? But that is exceptionally damaging to your lock. I would just be mindful with lock jewelry, because pushing this through your lock can create holes and weak spots in your locks, and that is not what you want when you're trying to get your hair to lock. You know, that can slow down the process. And if overall in the long run you're looking to have healthy locks, I do not recommend putting these in your locks, especially early on when they're still developing and trying to lock and form the shape that they're supposed to. I know it can be tempting, but when you're on this journey, you started it so you can have locks for the long term. I'm believing that anyone who starts a lock journey anticipates having it for a while, because it's the kind of style, it's pretty permanent, right? Unless you feel like cutting it all off or sitting there and combing it out for days on end, it's a pretty permanent style. So you want to do whatever is possible to make sure that you have the healthiest locks as possible. So lock jewelry for now, early in your journey, that's a no-no. You're gonna be able to tell when your locks are sort of ready for that kind of thing. I cannot tell you guys when is most appropriate. For me, I'm probably gonna wait until I'm sometime after a year locked. But for right now, I'm just enjoying my hair as it is, and I just don't want to do anything that's gonna stunt their growth. So I'm just gonna leave it for now, and we'll get to lock jewelry. There's plenty of time for that. Another tip that I have for you guys to help your hair lock faster is not to use conditioner. I know this is like a little controversial. Some people say use it, some people say don't, but I'm gonna give you my valid reason and why I have not conditioned my locks since I've started them. I have not put any conditioner in my hair. I'm going to personally wait until after a year. I'm about to be, oh, hold on. Honey. When this video drops, I am going to be 11 months locked up. Congratulate your girl down in the comments below. So conditioner is actually meant to make your hair softer and easier to manage. It's meant to detangle, literally doing the opposite of what you're trying to do with your locks. So that's just something to think about. And while you're so early on and your hair is not quite used to being in this lock, being in this shape, it's probably not a good idea to use conditioner. Again, this is one of those things where I say feel your locks. Just like with lock jewelry, you need to feel them and kind of see when they're ready and a little bit more solid, so you know putting conditioner in them is not gonna like completely take them out of shape. The final tip that I have for you guys today is not something that I've ever done, but I do know that it's a pretty effective method, a pretty effective thing to do in order to help your hair lock faster and do what it has to do. So it's definitely something worth trying, and that is styling your hair after a retwist and leaving it in the style. So maybe doing what is it, barrel, whatever they're called. You can do that, you can do braids, you can do, there's so many different cute styles that locticians especially do. I was self-maintained. As you guys know, my journey is here on YouTube, so you guys know I've self-maintained my entire journey. I've never been to a loctician, so it's not something that I've ever done because I haven't really gotten into styling my hair too much yet. But you know, when you're going to a loctician, that's definitely an option available to you. It will help your hair keep the retwist. And now, although I'm saying style it, I'm talking styles that you're gonna keep for time on end, weeks on end. I'm not talking about putting your hair in buns or ponytails or anything like that. That can be a lot of manipulation, constantly stretching your hair in that way. So just be a little bit mindful. If you're gonna get a style, make sure it's something that you're gonna have on end and not something you're gonna keep taking out and putting back in on a daily basis. Leave some tips down in the comments below for anyone who's just starting out their lock journey. What can they do to help their hair lock faster? I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and found some useful information. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, like and comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.